know what time it is. What's going on, everyone? It's Anchor Time here, and welcome back to... Well, we are off to a great start this morning. Oh, already swallowing my words. Oh my goodness. Anyways, let's try that again. Welcome back to another Lego live stream here on this beautiful Thursday morning. And we are just about a week away from Christmas. Anyways, today we're doing something a wee bit different. Usually my live streams consist of a lineup of mini Lego builds, but today we're actually going to be doing a long build for, and this is the Lego Star Wars 75281 Anakin's Jedi Interceptor. And hello, Fudge. Welcome in. Welcome in. Looks like, oh, we've got a couple people in already this morning. And what's that you're gonna say, Fudge? I have a feeling it's gonna be something a bit harsh. We haven't even opened up the Legos yet. And hello, Giant. Giant, silly. Gabe. I'm glad you could at least make it in for a moment. It's good to see everyone today. I'm sure that you guys are a wee bit surprised I'm on so early in the morning, because about this time I'd usually be tucked into bed, but I got enough sleep for, what was I saying? I got more than my fair share of sleep. That's all I'm gonna say. So we're up here, we're up earlier than normal, and we're gonna do a Lego long build. So, as you can see, this is an actual full-size Lego build, not one of my usual minis. Let's just take a quick look at the packaging. So on the front, you got the Jedi Interceptor. On the back, we've just got a couple more obligatory product shots. Showcase some of the details and features in the set. Now if you look, not sure how well you can see it, if you look right up here, you'll see that this kit does include missile launching mechanics, and once we get it all thrown together, I will be showcasing that. Now before we get into today, oh goodness, I can't English this morning. Dear me. Now, before we get into today's build, I would like to thank my partners over at Viter Energy for sponsoring today's video. Viter Energy is the better energy. It has all the caffeine and B vitamins your body craves, and none of the artificial flavors or preservatives it doesn't. One Viter Energy contains 40 milligrams, and 2 mints are the equivalent of 1 cup of coffee. Now, you can use promo code ANCHOR over at goviter.com for 25% off your first order. Now, let's get right into it today. So, one thing you're going to notice right off the bat when I open this is that not only are the Legos in multiple bags, but each bag has a number on it. I don't know how recent of a trend it is, but it seems lately they have this setup where you do it one bag at a time. So you can see here we've got the bag labeled with a 1, and that indicates they want you to start the build with this bag. So let's go ahead, dump it out. Oh, look at that nice little mess of bricks. So let's flip open our paperback instruction booklet. And you guys make yourselves comfy, because we're going to be here for a while. Now, first up, as I always do with any Lego build, I'm going to be throwing together our little minifigures. So why not start with our little R2-D2, the astromech droid. Just get his little legs plugged into either side of his funny little body. Oops. Try not to make a mess. There's the legs. All right, you take care, Gabe. Thanks for stopping in, bud. It's good to see you. I hope you'll tune in next time. All right. So now that we got his little dome on, we've got our mini R2-D2. And if you get a closer look, you can see all the little details templated on. And it's quite screen accurate for a Lego, actually. You can even see his little eye. Alright, now that we've got our two made, we'll set him off to the side. Then we'll make Anakin. Let's just get his torso, his legs, his head, and his hair. And what Jedi turned dark side wouldn't be complete without his signature lightsaber. A little look at the molded in details is a little chrome lightsaber. We'll just stick that in his right hand. And there you've got your little Anakin. Let's just get a closer look on the figure. You can see his little facial details. Oop, and I dropped him. You can see he's wearing that little communication headset that he had on in episode 3 at the very beginning, whilst they were fighting the Separatists and their Jedi Interceptors. And then real quick, I'm going to show you another neat little feature with this guy. Just take off his head, twist 180 degrees, and then you've got another expression. Angry Jedi. So we're just going to leave him with that face on, set him off back to the side with R2, and then we're actually going to get into the build. So I dumped out bag number 1 as it was labeled, and this is going to comprise the cockpit. I'm going to try to focus a little bit here, so I may not talk as much as I usually do. I am someone who's prone to making mistakes if I get distracted too much. I understood that reference, and I approve. I'm just real quick gonna pop another one of my mints. Get a little look right there. And down the gullet it goes. Now, a word of caution if you ever do decide to try Viter Energy for yourself. These are very potent. You don't want to exceed any more than 5 mints in an hour. I know from experience. You know the feeling of a caffeine high, right? Once you've had a few too many sodas? It's like that, but significantly worse. So do take care not to overdo it. Real quick before I slap these on, I'm gonna show these little bricks. Hear that little jingle? These are actually gonna turn out to be the missile launchers once the Jedi Interceptor is fully built. And I'll be showing you how these function once we're finished. Oop. Let's not start dropping stuff. We do that too much as is. Oh, did you know? Was it this exact set, or was it a different rendition of the Jedi Interceptor? Because there's been quite a few prior to this one. This just happens to be the latest release. Okay. Because this one came out in 2020, which is this year, I do believe. So it's one of the new ones. And speaking of new Legos, if you go on brickset.com, you can actually get a look at a pretty detailed history of all the Lego Star Wars sets that have been released between 1999 and now, which is well over 700. I think it's actually closer to 800, if I'm not mistaken. I actually utilize Brickset to catalog my own Lego collection, which is sitting at about 15 sets or so right now. It's a really cool website. Now, the reason I like it is because they actually show you the upcoming Lego sets that we're to be expecting in 2021, though it's just a small handful at this point. I'm guessing the people over at Brickset have some sort of insider information, and that's why they're able to provide us so many details. Moldy Salsa, welcome in, welcome in. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't see you come in. Glad to have you today. And I'm glad you could make it. This stream wouldn't be complete without you, after all. Same goes for Fudge, same goes for all my mods. Whoops. That's a no-no. Supposed to put that in there first. Well, yeah, that's right. You haven't met Fudge yet, have you? He's actually one of my longest running supporters since I became a content creator. I found him over on Mixer when that platform was still around. So since you just got in here, I might as well get you up to speed with today's project so you don't have to rewind. So today we're actually doing a full-sized Lego build, and that is the Anakin Skywalker Jedi Interceptor, kit number 75281. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today because my live streams usually feature a lineup of mini builds, such as our last one. And I thought I'd go for the full duration. So this is probably going to be a bit of a long one. Are you asking Fudge or me? Because I've gotten a bit of snow here in Minnesota. But mainly cold. It's not a nice time of year to live here exactly. Not the biggest fan of the cold white stuff. Oh, excuse me. Had a bit of a sore throat this morning. But I'm not sick. It's just how I usually wake up in a state with cold, dry weather. Trust me, I wouldn't be streaming right now if I was ill. Oh, that's right. I suppose it is warm in Africa, isn't it? Quite frankly, I'm somewhat envious. I personally wouldn't mind having warm weather all year round. Oops, that's the wrong piece. Make sure you pay full attention to what pieces you're grabbing, kids. Otherwise, you're going to make as many mistakes as I do. Excuse me. Huh. That's strange. Appear to be missing a few pieces. Give me one moment. That is bizarre. Could have sworn I put them all in the right bag. Huh. I'm sure I'll find them. Probably just in one of the other bags, but accident somehow. Kitty. Meow. Meow. Yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that during my streams. She's a very vocal cat, especially when she's not getting attention. Meow. Okay. Yeah, I definitely got some pieces mixed up between the bags. Just need to figure out where they went. Sorry for the delay, guys. I did not plan for this. I'm just a wee bit disorganized right now. My goodness, is this frustrating. Oh. Well, I might as well dump the rest of them out and sift through. Oh. Well, turns out they weren't missing at all. Because what I thought was a complete dismantling of the ship was actually them stuck in here. So, can I get an F in chat, please? Oh my goodness. We are off to an excellent start this morning. God, that is embarrassing. God. Lesson number 2, kids. If you're ever going to dismantle your Legos like I do, make sure they're completely taken apart. So if you got any stragglers like I just had, odds are you're going to think you lost them. So, let's continue on like normal. So sorry for that. Ugh, that is embarrassing. Man. So in the end, nothing was actually lost. It was just never taken apart. Ugh. Funny how that works. Okay. I can go ahead and get this part onto the cockpit. Essentially redoing what I literally just undid. So, yeah. And then this will go on here. Flip over. And then that should be it for part number 1. Here we have the Jedi Interceptor cockpit. Now we can move on to the right wing. Since we already got bag number 2 dumped out, let's get started on that. But first, let's put the projectiles off to the side and the spare pieces back into bag number 1. Okay, we are a little over half an hour elapsed, and we're about a third of the way done. So, not too bad timing, all things considered. Battery's at 58%. We are doing just fine. Oh, excuse me. So, stream chat, how's everyone doing today? Been a little while since my last stream. Oh, excuse me. Okay, and it looks like we're just about finished with the right wing. All we have left is this little part that houses the astromech droid. That's a quick little fit together like so. And this is just going to attach onto the underside of the right wing. All right. And is that it? I think that's it. Nope, not quite. A couple more steps. Sometimes I forget just how much detail goes into these new Lego sets. Oh, I'm dropping crap again. Dear, I'm on a roll today. And we're just going to finish off the right side with the wing flaps. You want to make sure the stickers are facing inwards. Make sure they're properly lined up. You can just go ahead and fold those down onto the wing. And that is everything for the right side. So what you're going to go ahead and do is take the cockpit and see where these two little holes are. You're going to line those up with these two connector pieces. They're going to fit right in like so. Just hear a nice little click. And there you've got 2/3 of a Jedi Interceptor. And same as before, I'm going to take the residual Lego pieces and stash them in the bag. And now we can move on to the third. Let's not do that, because that would be a terrible mess. But like I was saying, the third and final part of the Jedi Interceptor, which is the left wing. And we're at elapsed 45 minutes, so pretty good timing. It'll probably be over an hour, probably be a little over an hour. Those things done. And for the left wing, it's virtually a carbon copy of the right wing, save for a couple small differences. Excuse me. Alright, we are just about done with this side. As I had mentioned before, there are a couple cosmetic differences between the left side and the right. The biggest one being the lack of a astromech compartment on the left side, because typically starfighters only need one astromech droid. And then you'll also notice only the right side has that emblem on it, the Galactic Republic emblem. Very small differences, but something to take note of. Alright, we're just about finished, and it looks like we're just shy of an hour. Probably going to hit the hour threshold once I've showcased all the features of this. So I'd say we had a pretty good run today. Same as before with the wing flaps. You can install them with the stickers facing inwards. And then I'll once again make sure they are lined up with each other flush. And go ahead and collapse them inwards, same as the other side. And they connect in the same manner as the right wing via the connector ports in the cockpit. They take a little bit of finagling, but it'll get in there. Ugh. Okay. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are finished with today's build. Here is the Anakin Skywalker Jedi Interceptor. And it really has a good amount of detail to it. You can see the yellow and light gray combined with a little dark gray. Just get a little zoom in here on the mold. On the underside, turn around here to the rear, you can even see it's got the thrusters picked out in blue. Also the detail on the top of the cockpit. That wasn't stickers like I had to apply on the other parts. That actually came tampoed on to the cockpit, so that was a nice little feature. Same with the little front here. Alright, that is it for the build. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to showcase some of the features before we cut stream. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Anakin, pop off his lightsaber, and underneath the interceptor there's a little clamp where you can store that. You just snap that in by the hilt, and the clamp goes, and the lightsaber stores under there. And on the other side, you can do the same to store the third missile while it's not being used. That'll clamp right in via pressure hold as well. Now as for the other two missiles, those are going to load in right through the front. You're going to want to make sure they're aligned with the hole. So slide right in, and you want to listen for a little click like that. That signifies they are held in place by the springs. And just go ahead and load both missiles in. Don't shoot them yet. I haven't yet demonstrated that. Click. And then we can go ahead lastly and load Anakin and R2 into the Interceptor. So one thing I will point out right away, when you have him sitting in the Interceptor cockpit, like so, if you try to put the door down with him sitting in a normal position, it's going to catch on his head and it won't close all the way. I don't know if you can see that. So what they actually want you to do is they want you to take Anakin and put him into a reclined sitting position. Well, real quick, show you some of the details on the inside. Oops. Let me just do this. How do I do this again? Like that. Okay. So, this is the inside of the cockpit. You can see his little control panel on the starfighter. Now, if you look behind him, it's actually a little bit of a seat mold that I had built in the cockpit. So that's a nice little detail compared to older Lego Star Wars sets. You can see some little details on the inside of the cockpit as well. The shutter. Just put this back. So as I was saying before, you're going to want Anakin fully reclined, like sitting back, almost laying back. And that will allow you to completely close the cockpit shutter for him to drive. And once you got Anakin nestled in there, you can take your little R2 astromech. And if you look and not do that, because that was silly, you can take R2, he's got these little pegs on his foot, line those up with a little, I don't know if you can see them very well, but there's two little ports right there on the right, in the right wing. You can go ahead and stick him in the astromech housing. And he'll tab his feet in there. And then the last thing you're going to do is just take both wings and bend them down slightly. And there you have the Jedi Interceptor in its full yellow and gray glory. And I think this is definitely by far one of my favorite Lego Star Wars sets. Now, I actually found this at my local Walmart. Otherwise, you could probably find these on either lego.com or a website like Amazon or even eBay, where I get all my other Legos. If you ever want to pick this one up, which I would definitely recommend. So now one last thing before we end today, I'm going to showcase some of the features. So besides the moving cockpit, we do have the wing flaps here on either side. Those can rotate out full about 195 degrees, maybe more. But what they want you to do is position them like so, the wing flaps, if you want to mimic screen accuracy anyways. So the wing flaps do fold out like so. And then the Starfighter does have a, I don't know why I called it Starfighter again, it's an Interceptor. So pardon my speaking. It does have missile launching features. Now, it took me a while to figure out how exactly to do this, because most missile launchers, if you're familiar with LEGO Star Wars sets or any LEGO sets in general, they have some sort of button, or you can push them from the rear to launch them. That's not the case with these ones. So for these particular model of missile launchers, spring-loaded ones, what they want you to do is they want you to tap the underside of the rear of the missile, and that'll launch it. I'll demonstrate it with the other one. Just tap the underside of the rear of the missile, and there you be. Let me just go collect my little missiles so they don't get lost. Well, I can't see where the other one flew to, so that stinks. But take that as less. No, here it is. It's right under the table. Silly me. Something to keep in mind, these do fly a fair distance, so do be careful when you're using the launching feature. Also, don't aim that at people's eyes, because while it might not seem very potent, you could definitely hurt someone if you're not careful. All right. So with that, that concludes today's live stream. Thank you to everyone who turned up today. Shout out to the mod squad. And shout out to my partners over at Viter Energy. All right, guys, we will catch you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.